This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, number where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we'll only just criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the voice of the people. Now the very first story we are looking at today, my brother, my sister, is taken from Graphic Online, and it says, Mepe, chiefs accused of hijacking, diverting food relief items to their personal homes and misappropriating them. I read. Some prominent individuals, including sub-chiefs, are said to be intercepting relief items meant for flood victims, diverting them home and misappropriating them. This is in relation to the floods that have rendered many homeless following the spillage of the Akosombo and Kong dams. A palace spokesman at Mepe, Rudolph Kwajo Glee, expressed his misgiving prior to the presentation of foodstuff and various relief items with 20,000 Ghana cedis by the Avazoli Union, of which Mepe is a member, to the flood victims in the town last Friday, that's November 10. He therefore appealed to all donor groups to hand over the relief items to the palace at Mepe to ensure an equitable sharing of the items amongst the displaced persons. Obrafo has a song that I like so much. In that song he says, my brother, my sister, why is it that we all are suffering? We are under the same bondage and suppression, yet you find it convenient to suck my blood like a vampire. My brother, to the people of Mepe, it tells you the kind of chiefs and sub-chiefs you have. It tells you that they don't care about you. It tells you that if they had the position of Nana Akufo-Addo, they would have done worse. Relief items. Do you know what it means to say relief? It means that these are necessities, my brother, my sister, geared towards keeping you alive. You are not living, you are existing. They send relief items to people who have been displaced and dislocated and disjointed and fractured from their homes. Plantains, water, and in some cases, they even send fruits. Because of the spillage, so many people have been cut away from their livelihoods. And Ghanaians, with the good hearts that we always have, my brother, my sister, we decided to present relief items to the victims of the dam spillage. And chiefs, my brother, my sister, of Mepe, allegedly are diverting the food into their own homes so that they and their families can fatten on the people's predicament. They do not care whether the people die or not. All they are interested in is the fact that, well, there is food. And once they have the power to control the food, why not keep that for their families and friends? My brother, my sister, this is what we've been talking about all this while. Some of our chiefs are fools. Some of our chiefs have no common sense. They are chiefs not by virtue of their brains. They are chiefs not because they are splendid upstairs. They are chiefs because of some family lineage. If their grandfather was a foolish chief, my brother, my sister, they would inherit the foolishness from their great-grandfather. And by the fact that they are little fools, my brother, my sister, they will grow into bigger fools who are chiefs. So they are fools who are chiefs. And I'm choosing my words very carefully. In our tradition, it is not the wise man who becomes chief or king. It is by virtue of who gave birth to you. It's by virtue of which chief gave birth to you, my brother, my sister. And by so doing, my brother, my sister, you could just qualify to be a chief. It is sad when we are looking for people with common sense to rule us, when we are looking for people with brains to be able to guide us to the promised land. Some people are busily looking at, oh, who gave birth to who? Which chief gave birth to who? It doesn't matter if you are suffering from hemorrhage of the brain or you are suffering from a certain maladies in the brain. They don't care. As long as you come from the lineage, they put that idiot there to be a chief. And these are the idiotic chiefs we have at Mepe. According to this report. And I carefully chose this report because it's coming from my own 3news.com. We are the champions, my brother, my sister, when it comes to this Mepe dam spillage. We have done more than any media house has done. And if you come here, we still have ounces of, relief items. We are yet to carry all the way to the people. We have been to the place. We have touched ground first hand with the people. And we know exactly what is happening there. When would we stop putting chiefs there because of what family they were born into? And rather look at the brains of who is going to lead us. It is better, my brother, my sister, to have one lion lead 1,000,000 sheep, my brother, my sister, than to have one sheep lead 1,000,000 lions. It doesn't make sense. To the chiefs and sub-chiefs of Mepe, shame on you. All the food that you are stealing will turn into cancer in your stomachs. You will run diarrhea from when you start eating the food all the way to your graves. You are wicked people. What the heck is happening, my brother? You sit down there and blame Nana Akufo-Addo for being arrogant and selfish. Yet if you were in his shoes, you will be worse. It hurts me when I see traditional power that should be getting closer to the grassroots. After all, no traditional chief is ever wrong. Until recently, nobody dared criticize Asante. Asante was next to God. Once we mentioned Ochedi Aponkwame, the next person we mentioned was Otumfuo Osetutu II. Today, my brother, my sister, the status quo is changing. The youth are beginning to put a certain kind of embellishment on their lives. It's time to chase all these dirty chiefs out. It's time to chase all these rotten teeth chiefs out of the place, my brother, my sister. They are nothing but greedy people. It's not only Mepe chiefs. My brother, my sister, take an opportunity to move into some other areas. There are worse chiefs there. They have no respect for the people. They are greedy. I leave it here. Next thing I want to look at is related to this thing that I just read. And it says, no one can destroy Matthew Opoku Prempeh. And this is Kwadaso MP talking. I read. Member of Parliament for Kwadaso constituency in the Ashanti region, Professor Kingsley Nyako, has said nobody can destroy Energy Minister and MP for Manchester South, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Now, according to the Kwadaso lawmaker, people like Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, popularly known as Napo, are rare to find, stating, when I look at the lives this man has touched and the destinies he has made, It is nothing but a testament that is indeed God sent. Many people do not know him, and so they say all kinds of things about him. I want them to get close to the man and change their perception. Dr. Nyaku made these assertions when he presented a citation to the energy minister in recognition of his service as a distinguished public office holder, an MP, and a cabinet minister. I leave it here. Now, if you look at the man, this is the man, Nyaku. He is the one talking right now, my brother, my sister. And he is the MP for Kwadaso constituency. His name is Kingsley Nyaku. Dr. Kingsley Nyaku. My brother, my sister, let's look at what he has said. Number one, he said that Napo has touched a lot of lives. And two, he has been able to change a lot of destinies. And thirdly, he said he is God sent. Finally, he claims that Napo is a distinguished public holder. I beg to disagree. With all respect, Napo is a villain. My brother, my sister, I'm going to give you two quick examples and reasons. Now, do we all remember when Napo said that Nana Akufo-Addo has done far better than Kwame Nkrumah when it comes to education? The number of schools built and the general input in the education of this nation. Napo emphatically said that when he was education minister. Do we all remember? The man who is touted here as a distinguished public office holder lied in a propaganda that was weightless and worthless. That Nana Akufo-Addo, an arrogant president with no legacy, but a legacy of thievery and robbery. My brother, my sister, he claimed that this man has done far better than Kwame Nkrumah when it comes to education in Ghana. I used to have a lot of respect for Napo. When he said this, I started to cringe. My brother, my sister, we have taken you down history lane. And we were able to prove to you when in 1949, Kwame Nkrumah doled out money from his own private pocket and built a whole school in the Cape Coast municipality. My brother, my sister, we all remember when students were rusticated by the colonial government. Just 2 years after Kwame Nkrumah had arrived in this country. In fact, from 1948, he arrived in 47, 48, all the way down to 49, he was able to build a school to contain all the rusticated students and even more. And today the school stands in Cape Coast as one of the best schools in the nation. Tell me one school, one classroom block, or mention to me one set of furniture that Nana Akufo-Addo bought for any school in Ghana from his private pockets. None. In the days of Nana Akufo-Addo, all we have seen, my brother, my sister, schools under trees. We have seen school children drowning with no mercy. Not even psychologists sent to talk to the remaining school children who got traumatized from this. My brother, my sister, anytime I see the face of Napo, I look at a candidate for hell. I don't like him for that comment that he made. I used to. Number two, still talking about education. Do we all remember when they brought all the children in Ghana to come over to the Liberation Square in the hot sun to queue and be placed in schools? They didn't choose any other way in this digital world, with your vice president parading himself as the most digitized vice president. They paraded these people in an analog style to kill in the hot sun. No water was given to them. When they got dehydrated and some of them started collapsing, the ostrich of an education minister, Napo, at the time, came out to play the ostrich one more time. Oh, the opposition NDC decided to bus people, in other words, put people in a bus and bring them to the Liberation Square and make them play cantata, in other words, collapse in the name of the NDC, so that they will be able to make political points. That was so childish. It hurt me so much. A minister who is supposed to be of a certain, oh my God, standard and level. This was what he did. What is the achievement of Napo? Does he deserve a citation? He has touched so many lives. Well, that is good. But it is all destroyed by these dangerous utterances that he made without even caring to apologize to us. This is an arrogant guy. He doesn't deserve the tag of distinguished public office holder. My foot.
Give me the car like the
Next thing I quickly want to look at, and I need you to come along, my brother, my sister. It's yet another interesting piece. And this one I'm reading from my Joy Online, and it says, High Street's application to mine in Kakum Park was rejected. This is the Minerals Minister talking. And I read it. The Minerals Commission says it rejected an application from High Street Ghana Limited for a mining license within the Kakum National Park. According to the commission, the application from the mining firm received no consideration and was consequently removed from the online mining cadastre. My God. In a statement cited by Joy News, the Minerals Commission stressed that the application by High Street Ghana Limited will not be processed. The Commission wishes to inform the CSOs and the public that the application of High Street Mining Company Limited was rejected and therefore cannot be processed or considered whatsoever. Consequently, the Commission has deleted the application from the online mining cadastre. Now, what is the background to the story? On Friday, November 10, 2023, civil society organizations, several of them in the country, strongly opposed what they deemed as an attempt by mining firm High Street Ghana Limited to conduct mining activities in the Kakum National Park in the Central Region. Now, the CSOs highlighted that High Street Ghana Limited's application was one of the 14 applications received by the Minerals Commission from various firms seeking approval to mine in forest reserves across the country. I leave it here. Now, Minerals Commission Ghana is a failure. Number two, the government of Ghana is yet another failure, a bigger one. My brother, if this was a serious government, nobody would ever even think it, let alone even apply to do it. Should I say it again? I said the Minerals Commission is a failure and the government of Ghana is a bigger failure. If this was a serious government, nobody would ever think it, let alone apply to do it. Mine in a forest, a reserved forest, mine at such a place like Kakum. It's a shame. They have realized that people like Wuntumi are allowed to mine in such forest. They are aware that we have an arrogant president who is a clearing agent. People have millions of American dollars and pounds under their beds. And this arrogant, outlandish, lousy president will come out and say, oh, don't worry. I know that you will be exonerated. You are okay. No wonder he was referred to as the mother serpent of all corruption. My brother, my sister, all over Ghana, a lot of people are destroying our forest, flora and fauna. Now, it doesn't even make sense to say that there is a forest reserve. All the animals, if they had the opportunity to decide which country they would come to in another lifetime, they will never choose Ghana. My brother, my sister, in our country, we see animals only as food. We do not see animals beyond food. We do not respect our flora either. All the trees are demonic. Any pastor can pick up an axe and fell it and tell everybody that he had exorcised such medicinal trees and plants of witchcraft and wizardry. What a nation. A tree that is greater than your own great-grandfather. You have no respect. You pick an axe and one day you fell it, all in the name of the Jesus with the blue eyes and the pink chicken tablet skin and the silky hair. You have no respect. And I'm so disappointed in the people of Ashanti. You will sit down and allow a dirty pastor to go and fell the Okonfo Anochi kola tree. 300 years, same age as the Ashanti kingdom. Why did they not fence it? As for the tourism ministry, the least said about this funeral and sobolo tourism, my brother, my sister, the better. These people should be sacked. Makokreku Mante and Awal. They have no brains. Where is the brain they have? Except to say that they are engaging in funeral and sobolo tourism. Sobolo. When they come, they drink the sobolo and then they watch us mourn the dead. It's good. That is all you can think about. When England, only a few days ago, built a whole statue for Otuba Kwabena Kuguano. Have you heard that name before? What did he know that? What did he know that? Go and ask the people of Ejumako if they have even ever heard that name. Otuba Kwabena Kuguano. Yet you know such as McCarthy. Yet you know all the footballers in Manchester. You know all the footballers, my brother, my sister, in all the European leagues, including the coaches and even the referees and linesmen. Now I hear they are called assistant referees. You know all their names. You know who died on the field and you know who will be dying next. You can predict every game, yet you do not know the makers of your civilization. My God. Otuba Kwabenaku Guano. He came from a Jumako. He taught himself how to read and write. He freed a lot of slaves from so many different countries, not only in England. He went into the English Senate, my brother, my sister, the upper and the lower houses, my brother, my sister, with the aid of people like Granville Sharp. We never recognized him, not even with a little bust at Ejumako. No. White people in England were those who built it only a few days ago to honor a son of our land. Okonfo Anoche, that Bising tree, very mysterious. He didn't plant it with a seed. We were told he just spat into the ground and it grew into a kola nut tree. A pastor woke up one day because he had eaten so much pork and had too many dreams. He woke up the next day and picked an axe and asked his church members to fell it. After all, it was demonic and it was responsible for the backwardness of the people in the area. What did Asantehene do? He only sent people to arrest him. What is next? Is he going to bring that tree back to life? This is the tree. If you have been able to fence the Okonfo Anochi sword, what prevented you from fencing this one too? As for the Minister of Tourism, they are so dumb in there, my brother, my sister. It hurts me. Sobolo and funeral tourism. To God be the glory. I leave it here. Noble Crosby Annan is in the house. very Afrocentric these days. My brother, my sister, and he's going to be taking over from me. When we return, my brother, my sister, we go straight up into the African history class. He has a bottle of mineral water. It's gone halfway down. He's refreshed for the news. Mark a date.